I'm Amy Thiessen, and you are watching Music is Medicine Monday, a place for us to connect to our bodies, our voices, and each other through sound and song. This is a special week. It's Thanksgiving weekend. It's also Mental Health Awareness Week. And it is also a week where I am sitting with how do we build resilience in the way that we communicate with others? How do we cultivate that? With Thanksgiving and with Mental Health Awareness Week, how we relate to each other, how we've heard each other, how we understand each other becomes really paramount. And whether we're having challenges in our families over the last couple of years from things happening in the pandemics, I know of a lot of people that are feeling kind of torn apart or there's a little bit of dissonance, whether we are addressing some of the historical trauma that has happened and trying to understand marginalized groups, whether we're actually just looking at ourselves and taking time in gratitude. All of these things can really be enhanced by our ability to communicate in a way that instills resilience both in ourselves and in others, in a way that demonstrates respect and care and reminds us that ultimately we all come from this really incredible human family. So if you want to learn a little more, go into this a little more on Wednesday and in this week's newsletter, which you can sign up for below, I'm going to be sharing some very specific communication tips and techniques to help you cultivate resilience in those around you, right? To help them feel heard, feel understood, feel met. A way of meeting them with respect, but not necessarily with coddling, right? With care and kindness, but not necessarily with losing our own boundaries. So if you're interested in that, please join me on Wednesday. It'll probably be the last Rise Together for a little while as the Embodied Voice program starts next week. But please join me Wednesday at 1 p.m. and I will be sharing more about that, or sign up for the newsletter below. In keeping with this autumn Thanksgiving theme, I want to share with you a song that is nostalgia to me, that touches my heart and reminds me where I came from. I grew up on a farm, really in the middle of fields and trees and even the river. And this song reminds me that no matter where I go in this planet, no matter who I connect to, there's always a space for me at home. And my hope as I sing this is that it maybe reminds you that wherever you've been, wherever you've gone, whatever you've done, that you still deserve a space that feels like home, or reminds you of the grace of home that you have, and hopefully touches your heart as it touches mine. It's called Fields of Gold, and this version is by Eva Cassidy. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to stay a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? You can tell the sun in his jealous sky how we walk walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there are those I have broken, but I swear in these days still left, we will walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. I never make promises lightly, and there are those I have broken, but I swear in these days still left, we will walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children laugh as the sun goes down, as you lie in fields of gold. And you remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. And so on this beautiful Thanksgiving weekend, I want to say how grateful I am for my community and my family, for you who are here and who listen, and for the many privileges I've had in this life. And that, in that, I feel that gratitude and understanding widens as I do my best to learn and to listen and to understand all the perspectives and to meet and hear people. And it's my greatest gift that I get to do that. And so I hope on Wednesday, if you are interested, you'll join me and I can tell you or share with you some of the tips and techniques I use. And I practice and I try to do, even though I'm not always effective, to help cultivate resilience, not only in my own being, but in those around me and maybe in those that are struggling, and to be there for each other. So again, thank you so much. And before I close, I also want to let you know it might be a few weeks until I'm back. My program, Embodied Voice for Her, starts on Monday. And so those 10 beautiful women are going to get all of my attention for a little while. But I want to say how sincerely I appreciate you being here, you listening, and your willingness to engage your voice in communication. Because it truly, I believe with everything, that every voice, including your voice, matters. Thank you.